Alrighty, y'all, it's your boys Zxous, and we are back obviously with our Arcana showcase. I can actually say that I am quite surprised that Arcana is, I guess, what Trina is to Scarlet, like a Isabel buff, right? She is a if Isabel buffer. I would say she only works with Isabel. Like, I'm sure you could say she works with other characters, but she really doesn't. Only because how she works is that she needs to be in the Wheel of Fortune, but at the same time, the full burst needs to end. And because the Wheel of Fortune lasts 10 seconds, you basically need to use her with a character that reduces the full burst time by 5 seconds, right? And the only burst 3 electrical ally in the game that can do that is Isabel, which means all these buffs that she has are not going to go to anybody else besides Isabel, right? And if you actually take a look at Isabel here, right? Isabel's skill 2, basically the reason why it says, I didn't even realize it until like I figured out that, yeah, this is Isabel's best friend, is that her skill 1 says cooldown of skill 2 decreases by 75% for 15 seconds. Alright, and this goes to any burst 3 electrical ally who previously casted their burst skill if self is in the Wheel of Fortune status, right? The thing is, Isabel's burst skill is a 15-second cooldown thing that will basically get reduced down by 75%. So that is quite big, right? But today we're going to be using her with Tove and Leona and some Bernice. I would have put favorite item Drake in there, but surprisingly I don't have it, even though favorite item Drake was given for free. I do have the materials for favorite item Drake. I just don't have Drake's advice leveled up, and I don't even have the materials leveled up for Drake because I used it on, I think, Miranda, which is the next favorite item I was working on. I think I only have a few more. I still have Miranda's, Drake's, Diesel's, Freema, and I think that's all I have left for, and Milk's. Those are the only characters I have left for their favorite items, so quite a bit, but we'll get into that in another video. But yeah, we're gonna use her with Tove and Leona because obviously Isabel is a shotgun character, right? Tove is a character that helps out shotgun characters big time with her reload, her ammo capacity, and she gives an attack speed to allies with a shotgun, which is very good. And then her burst 1 gives a crazy attack buff that does mirror the stat count of her skill 1, which is right here, so 20 something percent, or I guess in my case it's 18% times 3. Like, it's quite a big attack buff she's given to a shotgun characters. And then Leona, she increases hit rate, and she also does have a maximum effective range buffs towards allies with shotguns, which is very good for Snow White, Isabel, and then she also has numbers of pellets increased by 5. So there is that. And then I have Summerly solely to buff up Isabel. I think this time around I'm gonna go in here against mobs just because Arcana really is going to mix Isabel hit quite hard. Now, is Arcana a must-have or anything like that? I'm going to do a full breakdown video for her, but I don't think she's anything too crazy. Isabel at the end of the day is still not the best character, if you want me to be honest. And I do think, like, oh, you can run a real shotgun team with this character now, and Isabel, but Isabel is still just not the best character, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I just really don't see it why you would really care to use Isabel and Arcana in general content. That's just me. But as you guys see, if you take a look at Isabel, her damage is quite good, right? 40 million right now is quite good, and she has 180% attack damage buff and 180% attack buff. And then remember, the cooldown of this skill right here from 15 seconds gets reduced by 75%. So it's like or gets reduced by 75%. So she's practically proccing that second skill quite often, right? Which right now I believe we're not using. We're using her burst skill, right? Isabel needs to use her burst skill 3 times in order to be fully stacked up, right? Where she'll give herself a crit rate buff, I think a crit damage buff, and then also an attack buff. And then her, are we using her, or whose are we using right now? Okay, so this is her second burst skill, I believe, or her third. I'm not sure. I think we can take a look, because what are we looking for? Attack by 13%. Did she give that hers to herself? I don't see an attack buff of 13%. So what do we have up to? 14% crit rate. I don't see that either. I'm not sure. But what's her damage? 107. Okay. Right, I think we need one more burst skill and then we'll be fully stacked up on Isabel, right? But the thing is, when that full burst ends with Isabel, Isabel is going to have that 180% normal attack. And I think because it's burst 3 electric code allies only, that's the only reason why people are not going to be that big of a fan of Arcana, because then it's like, if she's not making Isabel godlike, she's not going to be that good herself. Like, I don't see this character being S tier. I don't even see her being A tier, to be honest. I'm probably going to see Arcana in B tier, because she is buffing up Isabel, where Isabel is doing better with her damage. Like, right now we're at 202 million. Right after the 5 seconds full burst, we go from 202 to 218, sure, but then after that, you guys take a look, 226, 228, 233. Like, the normal attack, she's popping at 243. Isabel's normal attacks is what's carrying her, and with someone like Tove who has that reload speed for shotgun characters, it's kind of helping out Isabel a lot, because she's just shooting a lot faster, right? If you guys take a look at her, this is what I mean when I say Isabel has kind of been saved in a sense by Arcana, just solely because it's like, she's a shotgun character, and the shotgun meta team has always had like the best support in terms of what that team needs after electric, I would say. And then it's like, not only that, but Arcana's whole thing, like Arcana's whole kit is essentially just for Isabel, because Isabel's the only burst 3 electric DPS that can actually proc Arcana's skills to work. So it's a cool combo. Like, would you use this team realistically outside of shooting range? Probably not. Like, realistically, probably not. But hey, and then Summer is on the team as well, solely as a support. Anytime we enter a full burst, all electric code allies are getting this buff. So that 55% and reload speed buff she is giving, 55% attack buff and reload speed buff that Anise is giving to Isabel is quite helpful, right? But yeah, I mean, I would say it's quite popular. Quite popular. No, I would say it's quite decent, just nothing too crazy. I think now if Isabel was to get a favorite item, Arcana Isabel is quite the combo, right? But my thing is, they better not increase her full burst, right? Because then they kind of ruin Arcana with Isabel in that sense, right? If you give her your favorite item and increase her full burst by 5 seconds, right? Or remove that like lower full burst by 5 seconds mechanic, then it's kind of a waste. But if you don't, then a favorite item Isabel with Arcana would probably be very, very powerful, especially since I want to say Arcana makes Isabel hit quite hard now, right? Like, Isabel was never hitting that much. She still did less than Summer and Ace, but this is because we were fighting mobs and stuff like that. If we were to fight a boss, right, if we were to fight a boss, Arcana would probably make Isabel go crazy, right? But this is a nice comp, a little cool comp. I'm not really a fan that she only works for Isabel, but I am happy that Isabel got her buff. So let me know what you guys think about this little team. Probably nothing too crazy, nothing too meta, nothing at all. But it is nice knowing that you can use something like this for a shotgun team and probably get more out of maybe favorite item Drake, or even maybe Maid Privity if you want. You can use her as well, Sugar, whoever your last shotgun wants to be. You can use a comp like this and probably get far. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.